Hi, welcome to Vicky's World, and today's recipe is a steamed fish. Everybody wonders, oh, how are we going to do this steaming? It's so difficult. But I'll tell you, it is the most easiest way to cook fish or anything else. Now, when you steam, which means you are cooking in the process of over the water or some kind of liquid which actually cooks the fish completely. So now I've got this pan which I've got some water boiling here, into which I'm going to be adding a bit of jasmine tea. Beautiful flavor, and tea, fish go very well together, and it's a very old oriental kind of trick. Now you can steam in a pan, in a dekchi, in a wok, whatever you want. I've got this little kind of contraption where I've got my tea which is at the bottom, and then on top I've got another chamber just like a steamer. You can even use an idli steamer to make your fish. Don't worry about that. So now next is the fish. A little bit of seasoning, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then we're going to flavor this with butter much later. So I've got my fish which I'm actually putting onto the steamer tray, and alongside I've got some vegetables such as green beans which I'm putting here as well. I've got some carrot sticks and I've got some cauliflower florets. Okay, now these were my vegetables which were available in the market. Okay, that doesn't mean that you have to use the same vegetables. You have some bok choy, go ahead. You have some cabbage, go ahead. You can do potatoes, you can do any kind of vegetables with your fish. So I've chosen my market greens, which are green beans, carrots and cauliflower. So I'm going to be adding my vegetables alongside the fish, and all I have to do, very simple, is cover it. So if you're using a pan, a normal pan such as this, or all you have to do is put a little bit of water, and then if you can have a tray or a rack in which you can place your fish, chicken or any kind of protein or vegetable you want to steam, be my guest. In about 3 or 4 minutes, this fish is going to be absolutely ready. Yeah, so now for the fish, I'm going to be using a nice butter which I'm going to pour over the fish. Now the fish is being steamed, there's no oil whatsoever. Well, it does need a bit of dressing. You can make a nice dressing with olive oil and vinegar. If you like, you can make a nice chopped up salsa which goes there. But I feel like indulging a little bit, so I'm making this really nice butter. Now for this butter, I have some butter which I'm going to be putting into this pan. I'm going to melt this butter, and inside this butter I'm adding a little bit of chopped up ginger. I'm adding some chopped up dhania, coriander, cilantro, whatever you call it in your part of the world. So we have some cilantro over here. I've got some butter. It's going to be nicely melting, and to this butter I'm actually going to be adding some of my jasmine tea over which my fish and vegetables are boiling. How does that sound? Great, almost done. And I'll tell you, you can use any kind of fish. Well, when I steam fish, sometimes I use the salmon when there's some good salmon in the market. In India, the salmon, we have an Indian salmon which is called the ravas, which is very good as well for this dish. I'm using a simple ocean perch fillet, like a white fish fillet, which I'm steaming just over this tea. Fabulous, lovely ginger, lemon, cilantro. Lemon is missing. So what I've got here, I've got juice of half a lemon which is going into this. If you're using unsalted butter, then what you could do is you can add a bit of salt into this in order to balance or counterbalance the saltiness. Now I'm going to be pouring. Let me check if the fish is done. The fish, yeah, about 10 seconds more. Now in the meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking some of the jasmine tea and I'm going to be adding it into my butter. So literally, this is a jasmine tea and butter sauce which is flavored with ginger, lemon and coriander. Beautiful. Butter ready, shut. That's how easy it is to make flavored butters at home. Now if you want to use this butter later, What I would do is I would not melt the butter, but I would soften the butter, into which I'm going to add all my ingredients with a whisk, whip it up and put in some aluminum foil or cling film, and that butter can be kept for almost 6 months. So every time you cook up some vegetables, you cook up some chicken or some fish, all you have to do is add a blob of butter into the pan and you get the most beautiful restaurant style cooking in your home. Great, so you've got these beautiful veggies here along with this fish. So a nice piece of steamed fish here. Some nice steamed cauliflower with this. Now you could call this meal a perfectly balanced meal. You know, so if you are on a diet or you are going to the gym and you want to eat some good protein, you don't want to eat the usual fish curry or your masala fried fish. It's time to take a little change in your life, get some real flavors back into your kitchen and in your lives. So some nice green beans here, some beautifully steamed carrots. Next, as a chef, I'm pampered with people. I'm pampered by people who get me all these goodies from different parts of India. Now this lemon is called the Gandharaj lemon, which I am dying to use in my dish because the fragrance, the aroma of this lemon, it's almost like heaven, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this lemon first. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to slice these lemons. So now our jasmine tea, lemon and ginger butter is ready for you. Pour it over it beautifully, a little all over the vegetables. And in exactly 9 minutes time, you have a fabulous meal ready for you. So that's my steamed fish with steamed vegetables with a jasmine tea and lemon butter only for you. Bon appetit!